Hello to all of you from around the world. I want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Soulivity Today. We're broadcasting live from our studio right here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and on KMET 1490 AM radio in Southern California. My name is Brian Wesley Johnson, and whether you're at home, driving, or even at work, we are always glad you're here with us. Now, we have an amazing show for you once again, including a very special guest with us later on in the show. But let's welcome back my phenomenal co-host for today, Teresa Greco, happiness life coach and the host of the Steps to Happiness show, airing Thursdays at 12 noon on Soulivity TV. Hey, Teresa, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah. I know that she probably doesn't want us to say anything, but over the weekend, it was Teresa's birthday. So happy belated birthday to you, Teresa.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan.
I won't sing happy birthday to you. You know, I don't want to like injure any of our audience's ears or anything like that this morning. So I won't do
Thank
that.
you.
And so you celebrated with friends and you had a good time,
Yes,
a little weary this
yes,
morning as we talked about it over the weekend, over the
yes,
beforehand.
yes, yes. I didn't get very much rest because it was busy hanging out with friends and family, and it was really nice. I didn't even get it all done. We're gonna have to do some on another weekend. So, so
Wow.
it was good. It was a big one, so it
Okay.
warranted a little extra festivities, a little extra fun.
Okay.
But it's all good. Yeah, I feel very blessed. So blessed, so blessed, so
Fantastic.
loved and so blessed. Yeah,
Fantastic. Oh
thank you.
man. Well, that makes me smile. I'm so happy for you, celebrating your third 25th birthday, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, enough silliness here. Um, Today is our Motivational Monday show, where we bring you news and information from around the world that will help get you inspired and motivated to start your work week. And Teresa, I'm just going to keep the happiness going here because I think that's your trick or trade here of happiness. Um, I'm so glad you're here because today is a very special Motivational Monday show. And I don't think you even know about this because I just planned it over the weekend. We decided to highlight some amazing kids. Just make the show about kids today. And their
Hmm.
inspirational work. Yeah, their inspirational work they're doing across the nation. Plus, as I stated earlier, we have a very special guest coming up in just a second. Heidi Brasher from the YMCA will be here to discuss their decades of advocating for healthier children for Healthy Kids Day. So, but first, let's meet this fantastic young man who's in our first story. He's already made a name for himself in the world of journalism, conducting interviews with some very high-profile figures. So let's learn more about him from CBS Mornings.
He is 11 years old, as you heard him say, journalist Jeremiah Fennell, interviewing Travis Kelce ahead of the Super Bowl 58. Now, Jeremiah may only be in the 5th grade, but he has already managed to score interviews that all of us are trying to get with some very big names. Tracy Morgan, Michael Phelps, Brock Purdy, just to name a few. And we are very lucky to have Jeremiah join us here in the studio. Good morning, Jeremiah.
Hello. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
We've been talking about you all morning, but before we get to what you do, I want people to know a little bit about your background. Because your mom was telling me that you were born with a missing gland in your brain that caused some problems for you. The doctors had told your mother that you would not be able to hear, talk, or walk, and that her having you could possibly end her life too. They advised her not to have the baby because it was such a dire case. I know your mom has shared all this with you, so this isn't news to you. When you hear about how you started your life, what do you think about that?
Honestly, I just feel blessed and thankful and grateful that I'm still here. I'm like a walking blessing, and that me and my mom are still able to walk Earth, and both of us are still alive and living well.
Yes, you're living very well. And your first language was sign language, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't think you'd be able to talk.
Yeah, the doctors told my mom that I wouldn't be able to hear, so my mom decided to start with family to teach me sign language.
Yes, and even when family members say, no, 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 Lorraine, you should really think about this, your mom persevered, and we're so glad she did. So let's talk about you, because you love sports. Your mom says this happened when you were 3. At 3, what did you notice about sports that you said, I'd like to do that?
I just remember sitting in my bed watching a Raiders game, and I think seeing all the rowdy fans and seeing the players enjoy the game, I think that made me love it at such an early age, and I think ever since I couldn't stop loving this sport.
Because you can't play sports yourself, you were told.
I played contact sports. No, I didn't play contact sports. I played sports, but I couldn't play contact sports. So I could play like tennis, but I couldn't play football.
Yeah.
So I did play flag football, which doesn't count. I played basketball.
It doesn't count. Yes, it counts.
I played basketball, and I played t-ball. So I played those. But then after I played those, the doctor said, even though we said he can't play contact sports, he just shouldn't play sports.
Sports at all.
So yeah, after that, I decided to go into journalism instead, because those are the 2 things that I was like very interested to.
Yeah, and you've developed those talents.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
You're so poised and so cool and laid back. Is it overwhelming because of the amount of attention that you're getting now? And how do you prepare for your interviews?
It's not overwhelming, because I think it's just amazing to see how far I've gone, because I started off as a 7-year-old, like in my mom's room, and we were commentating Raiders games on the NFL YouTube channel, which were copyrighted. They were copyrighted videos, and now I'm here on CBS Mornings, and so it's not overwhelming. It's really just beautiful for me that I'm able to be here.
Yes.
And to prepare for my interviews, I honestly just like to research the people that I know I'm about to interview, and then come up with some questions that I really want to know.
Yeah, so when you and your mom are watching in the bedroom, you're watching the game, and you're preparing, what do you do? And you said you started commentating. What was that like at 7? Do you remember, what would you say?
I just remember, I don't know, because my mom tells me when I was like 2 years old, I couldn't talk. But then when I'd watch a football game, I knew every word.
Wow.
So at 7 years old, I think I just knew the sport, and I was able to commentate it well. And I don't have any too vivid memories about it, but I do just remember me knowing the sport and me being able to commentate it.
So we showed the number of people that you've interviewed, all big names, big stars. Is there someone that you would like to interview that you have not yet had the opportunity to interview?
Oh, definitely. There's a bunch of people, but I think my top 3 is probably Tom Brady, but I want a 2-in-1, because I want to commentate an NFL game with him.
Well, we have a surprise for you today.
So number 1 is Tom Brady. Jerick. he also gave you a look like, why are you playing?
Yes.
Why are you clowning me?
He didn't even fall for it.
He did not fall for it, Gail.
I thought it was Patrick Mahomes,
sure
but you're
it's
saying
gonna
it's Tom Brady. Go
Tom
ahead.
Brady,
Yep.
LeBron, and then Steph.
It'll happen.
And then Steph.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, do you have a favorite sport? Because you do them well, but you do them
It's
very well.
50-50 with football and basketball, and every once in a while I watch baseball.
What about baseball? Sorry.
Every once in a while I watch it, but I'm mostly into football and basketball, because like those are the 2 primary sports for me.
Something tells me we have not seen the last of you.
No,
as
we
we
haven't.
get ready to say. But what is your dream job? We all assume that you want to be a sports broadcaster.
Yeah, I definitely want to keep this career, because I enjoy it very much, and I think that this could be a long-lasting career.
We're cheering you on,
We
Jeremiah.
sure are.
We know you.
Yeah, we're cheering him on. Isn't he just amazing?
So well spoken at just 11 years old.
I love it. It was so cute to hear him say, I've been on this journey for a long time. I started doing this when I was 7. And now
Yeah.
he's 11 years old. It's like 4 long years of perseverance. But yeah, he's interviewing some really, really cool people. I think he was at the Super Bowl and he got a chance to interview some of those folks. But he's got a a career that is going to be fine. He's going to be fine. I'll put it that way. So when you're hearing him talk, I mean, I get energized when I'm hearing Jeremiah. What about you?
For me, it's an example of how we're born with big aspirations and dreams. And
Yeah.
I shared this in my last TED Talk that I did last week. It was
Hmm.
exactly on this, that there's an inherent belief within us that we can achieve our heart's desire, and we have
Yeah.
everything within us. We have all of the tools, all the qualities to help us to achieve those dreams. We're
Yeah.
born with them. It's like they're inside. And so he's like, I'm looking at him going, see, he's one of the examples of like someone at
Yeah.
just, even he said even when he was 2 years old, he was already like making comments with his mom and so, in love with the sport. And so we're born with our aspirations and dreams, the things that we want to do when we come to this planet. And then the world, it's like I say, the world gets its claws into us and says, no,
Right.
right? And then we're like sidetracked because of belief systems that are handed down to us. Where no,
Yeah.
you're not, you don't live in the right city, and you're not the right skin color, you're not the right religion, and you don't have the right clothes, and you don't have the right family, and you don't have enough money, and you don't on and on and on
Yeah.
and on and on.
On and on. Right.
All of
All the you're
right?
not
These
enough. You're not enough. You're not enough.
exactly, right? All the limitations pushed on us. And so he's a perfect example of like how we as adults need to encourage these young ones that come here onto the planet to have like these amazing lives without us
Yeah.
saying, no, we should be cheering them on instead of
Yeah.
dumping belief systems that then end up sabotaging us and limiting us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, he is the example of what is possible, and hats off to his parents, his mom specifically, for just
Mhm.
encouraging him and pouring into him that mother's love,
Mhm.
right? There's nothing like a mother's love. And he's on CBS Mornings now. And he's gonna, I mean, I'm sure he's going to go on to do other things. That you could see that this is his love. Totally see him as this national broadcaster, sports broadcaster, on ESPN or Fox Sports or whatever, just doing what he loves and what brings him joy. So happy for him. So happy for him.
Mhm.
So great story.
Yeah.
We've got more of these coming up. But we've got a very special interview with Heidi Brasher from the YMCA coming up in just a second. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more of Soulivity Today in just a second for another Motivational Monday. We'll be right back.
Do you see me kneeling on this dual roller called Parasetter? It's actually comfortable because of this channel and the softness of the special foam. It feels like my kneecaps are being massaged. When I lie down, my spine is housed in this channel, while the convex rollers massage my muscles. They let go and lengthen. There's a traction effect from my head on the headrest and my mid-back from the rib wrap, which hugs me. When I start the breathing sequence, I feel calm because my cortisol levels are dropping. Lower cortisol means bye-bye constant hunger. Parasetter is 40 inches long and much more comfortable than old-style rollers, but it weighs only 10 ounces. Parasetter, just like Pilates was, is no longer an insider secret. Do yourself a favor. Reset your parasympathetic nervous system. Defeat stress. Lying, sitting, kneeling, or standing. This unique patented roller helps everyone.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity, and fame. Living your passion. Feeling your life has purpose. Soulivity is a space to nurture that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
Hi there, Sheila Applegate here with some exciting news. I've joined the incredible Soulivity team as the host of the new Consciously Awesome live show, where I will be sharing insights to help you discover your full brilliance and claim the vibrant life you deserve. So tune in every Wednesday right here on Soulivity TV to join the fun, and remember to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an awesome week, and I will see you on Wednesday.
Join us every weekday at 8 a.m. for Soulivity Today.
Whether you're just starting your day or on the road,
Soulivity Today will make your days better.
We will empower you with authentic conversation about the latest news and trending topics. Plus, you won't want to miss our interviews with industry experts.
so sit back, relax, and get ready for a whole lot of fun.
Soulivity Today, weekdays at 8 a.m. only on KMET 1490 AM radio and ABC News affiliate.
Would you like to be one of the first people to experience mental freedom? Mental freedom is a coaching practice with 6 core principles: improving hope, self-efficacy, optimism, resilience, and general well-being. Mental freedom only takes 6 sessions. It is designed to give you the tools you need to help yourself. It can help with any situation: relationship problems, past trauma, career decisions, parenting challenges, addiction, and mental health concerns. Incorporating the mental freedom framework into your life will deliver an approach to master any situation and a pathway toward achieving inner peace. Mental freedom provides the information and tools that you need to grow and be bigger than anything that ever happens to you. So if you're looking for one-on-one or a group coaching program that will allow you to address any situation that comes up in your life with practical tools to give you more peace and joy, then join the Mental Freedom Program in Soulivity's Aspire Academy. There are very limited spots available, so don't delay. I hope to see you there.
Hey, we're back here with more on Soulivity Today. It's another motivational Monday show, and we're going to be bringing you news and information from around the world. We've got Heidi Brasher that's going to be coming up in just a second, so stay tuned and we'll be right back.
6 years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
Hi there, this is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life. including your mind, your body, and your soul. So how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoyed the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. Hey, this is Brian Johnson, and we're back with more on Soulivity today. This is a very special show for us today, Teresa, because we have a very special guest with us who is doing some amazing work with the YMCA. For over 3 decades, the YMCA has hosted Healthy Kids Day at locations across the country to celebrate and teach healthy habits to kids and their families. Now, here to highlight what's new with this year's event is Heidi Brasher, Senior Director with the YMCA. And Brasher helps leverage innovation and strategy at the national level in support of the diverse needs of the 2,600 plus local YMCAs across the country. And so, Heidi, are you there with us?
I am. Good morning, Brian. Thank you.
Yay, we got you. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we got everything okay. I am so excited that you're here. Love the
Me
YMCA.
too.
Big fan of the YMCA. I remember as a kid, it was like one of my favorite places to go to, especially the pool. I loved swimming back then. You guys had a beautiful pool in the Detroit area, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to go. So I'm so happy you're here talking about Healthy Kids Day. Why does the YMCA do this every single year?
Yeah, Brian, so it's so important for the Y to think about the health and well-being of kids and families. You talked about growing up at the YMCA in Detroit, and we'd love to hear those stories. And Healthy Kids Day is a way for us to engage new families in the community to have those memories, just like you did growing up. And Healthy Kids Day is a national event. We'll be at local YMCAs across the country. And it's about encouraging those healthy habits, getting kids active, really inspiring a lifetime of well-being. And that's what we want to do at Healthy Kids Day.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know, Teresa, you had a question for Heidi.
Yes. Hi, Heidi. I was wondering, what are some of the issues that Healthy Kids Day addresses?
Good morning, Teresa. Yeah, there's some great things that we think about when we put on a Healthy Kids Day event, right? We want to inspire kids to try some things. We want to ensure that they stay happy and healthy and engaged. And we want them to be active in the summer, right? It's a great kickoff for summer, but also throughout the year. We want to really encourage those healthy habits. And we want to make sure that they're connected in with their families and their communities and that they're thriving.
I love that.
I love it. I love it. Again, I'm a big fan. So I'm my cheeks are like hurting because I'm smiling so much right now. Now, what type of activities? Yeah, what type of activities are going to be happening this year?
Well, each YMCA will host their own activities, but we see a lot of fun things happening across the country. So if you are interested in joining with your family in a fun run or the opportunity to try a family yoga class or a family Zumba class, you can do that at Healthy Kids Day. You can also do kind of a sports sampler, Brian. You could come and see if you're interested in soccer or baseball or football, depending on what you really like to do. There's also opportunities for healthy cooking demonstrations. There's opportunities to learn to swim, all kinds of things at your local YMCA. But it's a great opportunity to really sample everything that might be happening in the summer as well.
Oh man, that is so cool. We have a grandbaby, so maybe we'll like bring her by and have her kind of like enjoy
Yes.
some of the new things. Teresa, I know you had another question for Heidi.
Yes, is there anything new this year that's happening at Healthy Kids Day?
Yeah, we're so excited this year because we have a partnership with Peanuts. Peanuts is celebrating their 75th anniversary, and it is a really great partnership with us at the National YMCA because our goals are the same, our missions are aligned, right? We want to provide the opportunity for more kids to really have a fun, safe summer at the YMCA through summer camp. We want to think about camp leadership and conservation, all the great things that are wrapped up in a camp program. And Peanuts is helping us do that this year. And we're super excited because we know that Snoopy was a Beagle Scout, and there's lots of great connections with Snoopy and his love for camping. And it's a great way for us to give more and more kids in our communities what you had, Brian, growing up, right? That opportunity really engage in fun, safe, and healthy activities.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just a couple more questions for you. I think this is kind of explainable, but why is the mission of the YMCA so important?
Yeah, when we think about our kids, the youth in our communities, right, they all have potential. Our goal is to nurture that potential and provide them the support they need to achieve their potential. And we do that in partnerships with communities and partnerships with parents and families. And that's why we really focus on a day like Healthy Kids Day as a great way to make some connections in that space. Again, we want our kids to be happy and healthy and engaged and inspired, right? That inspiration to live a healthy life, not only physically, but mentally. All of those things are so important for us.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Teresa?
And Heidi, where can we go if we want more information?
Yeah, the easiest place to go, we have a great website set up, ymca.org/HKD. And you can go there and you can put in your local zip code and find your YMCA. And you'll find exactly what time and what kind of activities and all the great things that you can be engaged in Healthy Kids Day.
Absolutely. This is amazing. I'm just again, Heidi, thanks for being here. And thanks for like the continued inspirational, amazing work that the Y keeps doing, decade after decade after decade. I mean, I'm something now. And it was a game changer for me when I was a kid. And so thank you for keeping doing this work. I mean, it's just amazing, amazing work.
Brian, thank you for sharing that. That makes me feel very fulfilled in this work, but also looking forward to having your grandbaby as a part of the Y family.
Yes, me too. Me too. Well, thanks again, Heidi Brasher from the YMCA, who's a senior director there. Again, you can learn more information about Healthy Kids Day by visiting the YMCA site at, we'll put it back up here so you guys can see it, at ymca.org/HKD. That's ymca.org/HKD. Listen, we're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we've got a lot more Motivational Monday stories coming up, including a story about a high schooler who's also an entrepreneur. So we'll be back in just 2 minutes. Hi there, this is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life, including your mind, your body, and your soul. So how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoy the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. Hey, we're back here with more on Soulivity Today, where we are, hanging out together for another Motivational Monday. Back with me is Teresa Greco, who's a happiness life coach and a host of the Steps to Happiness right here on Soulivity TV. Teresa, that was so wonderful. I love the Y. I love YMCA.
Yeah, and
Just
I
a big
was
fan
just
of theirs.
wondering, Brian,
Yeah.
do you have to be a member to participate in all those activities?
I don't believe so. I think that for Healthy Kids Day, it's open to the public, and that you can come and you can kind of sample everything that they're doing. And then if you're so led, you can become a member later on. So again, if you want more information about that, everyone just go to ymca.org/HKD. Teresa, have someone I want to introduce you to. His name is Ben Cloud. He's a teenage high school student from the state of Kansas, but he's also an amazing entrepreneur who has become an inspiration to other young people from around his state and the nation. So would you like to learn more about this fantastic young man?
Let's do it.
All right, let's find out more.
My name is Ben Cloud, and I'm the CEO and owner of Cloud's Coffee Company. We are an S corporation that was founded in April of 2021. So Cloud's Coffee is a coffee distributor. We roast, grind, and ship out whole bean and ground bags of coffee, as well as single serve cups. I began everything myself. I started with funds that I made while working at a fast food restaurant. And just recently, we've brought on an advisory board that meets the first Monday of each month to go over financial reports, social media reports, all that good stuff to see how we can tailor to the growth of Cloud's Coffee. I was inspired by a couple business classes I took sophomore year at Shawnee Mission North. I took an introduction to business class, a business management class, and an entrepreneurship class. My teacher, Cody Fothergill, was a phenomenal teacher, and he inspired me to, go out and do it myself in the real world. Furthermore, I wanted to, kind of plan a foundation that I can, kind of live off of when I'm 25, 30 years old. You can support our business or buy our products by going to cloudscoffeecompany.com or checking us out at social media on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter at Clouds Coffee Company. My grandfather motivates me in particular. He's been an entrepreneur his entire life, and for as long as I can remember, he's been my best friend. And then furthermore, as I touched on before, I really just wanted to, create a foundation for my later life. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely do not let your age get in between what you think you can accomplish and what you can't. Many minors or even 18-year-olds think that they can't do what they want to do because of their age. So don't let that come in between what you want to accomplish, and just, go after it.
I love it. I love it. Isn't he amazing? Now, looking to his
Yes.
future beyond his business, he is considering college in a way that will allow him to continue with his business, but also gain college experience and learning. Way to go, Ben. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I can't believe
I
he's only
mean,
16.
right.
He looks he
Right?
looks really tall. He looks really tall. I'm like, no, that guy's in university. And then I was like, what? Wait, he's 16? He's like, he looks like he's six something. He looks super
Yeah,
tall in there too. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, um, and I love the fact that this wasn't just about money for him. It was about,
Hmm.
creating awareness and community and giving back and that kind of thing. And so some of these young people are just they're just so aware, right? And I love it. I really, really do. It's like, that's what we wanted to highlight these people today, Teresa.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
these young people who are out here uh doing it. I mean, and again, I think you said something earlier that I think we need to highlight, and that is the fact that these young people are being poured into, and they are being inspired to live from their heart and do whatever brings them joy, and with purpose too. I mean, because everybody's, even Jeremiah was doing these things with purpose, and it's just kind of inspirational to all of us that, listen, you don't have to think like, I can't do this, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I have this disability and I can't do it. I mean, they're out here proving that that is wrong thinking, that actually you can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
So,
I love that when you said you shouldn't be limited by your age. And, you and I are on the other side now, right? And I
right,
want to
right.
go into like this next half, like thinking the same thing. I have like so many dreams and goals for myself that I want to accomplish. I'm pursuing my PhD at this point
Mm-hmm.
too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I have big plans with what I want to do afterwards. Some people are like, why are you doing your PhD at this age? And it's like, well, you're never too young to fulfill your dreams. And I've
Right.
wanted to do this for years, and finally it became a possibility for me. So I love how he said that here we are at like maybe opposite ends,
Right.
and it applies to everybody, not to allow age
Absolutely.
to limit us from going after the things that are in our heart to accomplish.
I'm as you're talking, I'm remembering the story of J.K. Rowling, um, who was basically in our age group when she wrote the Harry Potter series of stories. And she went to 12, not only did she write them, but she went to 12 different publishers who all turned her down and all said that, this will never get published. This is not good enough. And I think she either self-published or she found one person to take a chance on her. Now you're going to Disney World around the world, and there's,
Mhm.
you know, Harry Potter. I mean,
Wow.
so again, don't let anybody take your dream away, or quash on
Mhm.
your dream. And
Mhm.
we've got to pour into our young people and let them know that, and our older people too, that, listen, life is life, and as long as you're kicking life, your heart is
Mhm.
ticking, you can create
Mhm.
the life of your dreams, right? And so
Yes.
aspire to
Yes.
do that. We're going to take another quick break because we've got one more great story coming up that I think everybody's going to love. I think everybody's loved these stories, but this young man decided to take a stand as part of a project, and now he is known across the nation for doing the work that he's doing. So we'll be right back in just a second. You can find out more information about him.
Are you ready to take that first step towards true, unwavering inner happiness? Are you like thousands of people who have everything they need, not want, but need, and still can't seem to find happiness and fulfillment in their lives? If so, the Steps to Happiness show is for you. On my show, you will learn about the principles and practices that lead to true inner happiness. Because guess what? It isn't found in our external environment, but within ourselves instead. Together with my guests, we will explore the latest physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being practices. And together, we'll advise you on the actionable steps you can take towards a happier, more fulfilled, authentic life. So I invite you to join me each week on Soulivity TV on the Steps to Happiness show with me, Teresa Greco.
6 years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
Hey, Bear, we're back here with more on Soulivity Today. It's another Motivational Monday show where we are bringing you news and information from around the world that will help you get inspired and motivated to start your work week. And back with me is Teresa Greco. You've been to Hawaii, right, Teresa? Here in the United States?
Hawaii?
Hawaii, yeah.
Hawaii?
Yeah,
Oh,
Hawaii.
No, I have not
Yeah.
been to Hawaii. No,
But,
not yet.
but you want to go. I know you want to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well, there today, there is a battle-scarred, submerged remains of the battleship USS Arizona, which rests on the silt of Pearl Harbor, just as it settled on December 7th, 1941. The ship is one of many casualties from the deadly attack by the Japanese on a quiet Sunday that President Franklin Roosevelt called a date which will live in infamy. Now, one young man decided he wanted to do more to make sure that this memorial would get the care it needed and deserves. It's an amazing story. And Teresa, I know you're going to love it. Let's learn more about him from Newsmax.
Harrison, why Pearl Harbor? What got you so interested in this subject?
When I had a U.S. memorial project back in the 3rd grade, I got really interested in the Pearl Harbor Memorial because I didn't know much about it at the time. And once I had researched it and eventually visited it, I got so interested in it, and talking about it to children in my neighborhood, I just found out that not many people knew much about it. So I initiated Harrison's Heroes to raise $100,000 so that children my age can learn about the Pearl Harbor attack, which happened on December 7th, 1941.
Wow. Mom, you've got quite a little boy right there, or young man, I should say. I've got a 5-year-old son, and he always says, Dad, I'm not a baby anymore. I'm a growing baby now. What do you make of what your son is doing, Chesney?
Well, my husband and I are so incredible. Incredibly proud. My husband retired after 20 years of serving in the Air Force, and after retiring 2 years ago, he was feeling like, oh my goodness, so much of our lives have been a part of the military and that legacy, and to see Harrison kind of just really get inundated with just his passion around Pearl Harbor, we were just super pleased. And when he told us that he wanted to raise this amount, initially we were just like, so you mean $1,000, right? Not 100,000. And he's like, no, I mean $100,000. And then he teamed up with Pacific Historic Parks, the stewards of the Pearl Harbor Memorial, and Harrison's Heroes was born. We are incredibly proud of him.
Wow.
That is absolutely incredible. Craig, sorry, they're a tough act to follow. How do you feel about someone like Harrison, a young boy, doing this for the Pearl Harbor Memorial?
the old vaudeville cautionary tale, which is never go on stage with an animal or a child, because you get upstaged. But first off is that I'd like to get that young man's address so I could send him an autographed copy of my book. What he's doing is so impressive, and he's such a model for other children around the country. It's so impressive. I wish I never did that when I was 10 years old, and I'm very, very impressed.
Craig, just a quick follow to that, and it's nice to have you on as well. Just when we talk about Pearl Harbor, when I think about somebody like Harrison, and there's a good chance that in the history books that he's reading in school, Pearl Harbor's not even covered as part of the workload. What do you make of that and what that means? Because you don't understand. I think about 9/11, and this is my grandfather, our grandparents, 9/11, the greatest generation, and how important that was, and how that was a clarion call that we're all Americans, and the difference we made in the Second World War, getting into the Second World War. Japan brought us in. How important is it to remember things like this?
It's vitally important. It's the essential of how to go ahead and govern. Good governance is that the old adage is true. Those who fail to study history are doomed to repeat it. That just shows down through history how many times that history has not been studied, history has not been remembered, and mistakes are made. Same mistakes are made over and over. Oftentimes because we're weak. You know, we were weak in World War I. We were weak in World War II. We were weak in Vietnam. We were weak now in the face of terrorism. This is vitally important to remember these lessons.
Yeah, and Harrison, I know your goal to raise $100,000. Your mom thought you meant just $1,000, but can you tell us how much money have you raised already for this?
I've raised about $57,000.
Wow. That's incredible. Mom, how you feeling?
I am so proud of him. I mean, to see him, like our weekends, holidays are spent, you know, he is like handing out cards everywhere he goes. And sometimes it's not always where people would want to hear about it. Sometimes he's heard messages of, you know, war and you shouldn't be glorifying it. But he, you know, talks back to the people in a very respectful way and says, you know, I'm honoring the true heroes. And people listen and they support that. I'm just glad that he's been able to experience that. And, you know, his school, St. Timothy's School, Raleigh, has been so supportive and really teaching these lessons.
So cool. So cool. So cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You know, yeah.
Not everyone is so passionate about history. That's what I'm like, oh, wow, look at this boy, so passionate about it. I'm like, I mean, our show is all about, Soulivity is all about passion and purpose. And I'm like, wow, look, because I was not into history till I you know, became older and was actually, you know, traveling on site, right? You go abroad and you go to some of these, you know, ancient areas that you can learn more about, and I'm like so fascinated by it. But when I was in school, I was like, this is boring. Like, who likes history? It's boring. And looking at him, he's just like, and then to want to raise funds to bring awareness of it to other people, I just think is amazing.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure that the fact that his father served for so many years has probably had an effect on him. But the fact that Harrison took it to another level, right, where he felt so passionately about people knowing this history, remembering this history, and then taking it to another level, which is raising money for the memorial itself, is just outstanding. It's just outstanding. So way to go, Harrison. Way to go for all of the kids that we highlighted today. You know, this is how it should be. This is how it should be. And so I encourage all the children and our parents out there to, you know, if children have a passion about something, you know, just pour into them and see where it goes. I mean, you know, make sure they're safe and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, these are things that even if this doesn't become their life dream, right, being fulfilled, they will remember the experience of exploring that side of themselves forever, forever. It'll become an intricate part of their lives. So yeah, so way to go for all the kids that we highlighted today. Teresa, we're running out of time, but I know earlier in the show we highlighted your very special program, 6 Weeks to Mental Freedom. Just want to make sure that people understand about this really important class and workshop that you're doing to help people become more mentally free, which can have an effect on everything that they do in their lives. Can you tell people a little bit more about this?
Yes, what I love about this program is that it gives you the tools to help yourself, right? So you're not having to go and work with a practitioner and divulge maybe things that are, some of those shadows and skeletons in the closet that, you don't maybe feel comfortable to discuss with somebody or to reveal. And that this program allows you to work through the things that are taking away some of your mental freedom and your peace and your happiness on your own, right? So I'm not to negate that, that you can go and talk to other people, but the point about this is for those that perhaps don't want to do that. And I know on my own healing journey, I didn't feel comfortable talking about certain things that I was going through. And so that's why I've adopted this program, because I love the fact that it gives you the tools in just 6 weeks to tackle anything. So the program is really all encompassing. So it doesn't matter what might be taking away some of your peace. There are tools inside of this program that helps you to work through it on your own and to be able to restore that freedom and that happiness.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Listen, just want to remind everybody that we have our first of our annual series of health equity forums coming up on April 17th. That's Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about stigma, a national crisis in health, with some noted panelists. You can go to soulivity.com/bridging the gap. On our website, that's soulivity.com/bridging the gap. Teresa, thank you so much for being here. We're kind of running out of time. Just wanted to say it's always special when you're here with me.
Thank you. And I loved this theme because as a mom and an educator myself, kids are always top priority for me. So I'm so glad that I was able to be a part of this show. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thanks to all of
This work is subject to copyright owned by Affinity Global LLC. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this is expressly prohibited unless Affinity Global LLC has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.